Andrea, are you there? I have something that I urgently need to talk to you about right now. I'm really sorry, but I think that I'm going to have to make some rules for the house if we're going to be living together.
You really think we need to make house rules? I thought that things have been going pretty smoothly between everyone. I thought that we have been getting along just fine.
Really? Well, that's a bit of a shock because I'm the exact opposite. I'm the complete opposite. I mean, seriously, are you blind or something? Or are you just stupid?
Wait, what? Where is all of this coming from? What are you talking about? What are you accusing me of?
I just mean that just because I don't have a job doesn't mean then you can expect me to take care of the house all day long. Doesn't mean that you can treat me like a maid or exploit me. If you want something cooked or washed, why don't you go and do it yourself? Why don't you lift a finger and help out? You can say thank you to me and think that that's going to be enough? If you were really grateful, then you would pay me. Every time you ask me to do something around the house, you're going to have to pay to do it. Do you understand?
Hold on a second, Sarah. Are you really going to try and charge me for asking you to keep the house clean? Do you want me to pay for asking you to do your share of the chores?
That's right. That's exactly what I'm going to do. If you want to pay me $1,000 a month, though, then I would be gladly do everything around the house for you. Then I would be happily to do all the work for you. I would definitely be willing to do all the tasks for you.
You want me to pay you $1,000 a month?
That's right. That's what I want. I think it's time that you finally understood your place in this house. Since you're just a freeloader, you can't just boss around everyone you want. You can't just act like you own the place. This house belongs to your brother and his wife. I get a say in telling what you do as well.
Wait just a minute here. You can't just say that to me.
No, you're nothing but a freeloader here. Don't you get that? Honestly, anytime you leave your room, all you do is get in our way. All you do is cause trouble.
Okay, I really need you to stop there, Sarah. I'm not a freeloader. In fact, if anyone is doing that sort of thing around here, it's you two. It's you and your husband.
Excuse me? What did you just say? Are you really trying to pretend this house is yours just because Thomas inherited it?
I'm not saying that at all. You're misunderstanding me.
I really had no idea that you were that type of person. You think that you take precedence over me? His wife? Just because you're his sister? Is that why you think you can boss me around just because we're not blood related?
Of course, that's not what I'm doing. I never even said anything like that to begin with. All I'm saying is the truth, which is that this house is actually mine.
You've got some serious nerve, do you know that? This is our house, and how dare you call it yours? Well, don't worry. I'm going to have a long talk with Thomas about this. And I doubt that he's going to let you stick around here much longer if he finds out that you're treating his wife like this.
Hey, Andrea, are you there? I just got off the phone with Sarah. She told me that she was talking to you about making some rules from the house.
Yeah, we talked about that among a bunch of other things. Actually, there is something that I would like to talk to you about regarding all of that.
Oh, really? What do you want to ask me?
I was just curious why Sarah seemed to be under the impression that the house belonged to you and not me. I mean, she kept going on and on about how I was a freeloader, as if she had no clue whose house she was really in, as if she had no idea whose house she was really staying in.
Oh, Did she really say something like that to you?
I mean, you do know that I pay all the rent for this place. You remember that I won a 5-year lease in a drawing for this super popular location. But that then, I had to go on a business trip for 2 years right after that. Right? And that you two are only living here because I arranged a deal with management while I would be out of the country. Because I was generous enough to let you stay here while I was away.
Of course I know all of that. Why are you acting as if I don't already have all of the information? I mean, I know that the reason all three of us get to live in such an amazing and central location like this is all thanks to you.
Well, I wish that it felt like that. You do also remember that I only agreed to let you live here if you kept up with taking care of the house, right? If you did your share of the chores, right? So what I want to know is why I feel like I'm being treated like I'm the one imposing on you two when it's my house.
I'm really, really sorry for this, sis. Maybe you might have already guessed all of this, but the truth is that I have told Sarah that I don't actually own this place.
That is exactly what I suspected was happening, actually. So you were basically just trying to show off for her by saying that you are paying for this place?
Well, in a nutshell, yeah, I told her that I had someone on the inside who would rent to us for cheap, and she believed me, so I just kind of went with it.
Are you messing with me right now? I want you to tell Sarah the truth right now. If you don't, I'm going to have you both kicked out of here.
Wait, hold on just a second. Can't we at least talk about this? I mean, you can't just throw us out of here. We live here. We have a right to be here. But I swear that I'm already looking for a new place to live. It's just that we've gotten so used to living around here that finding a new place that works for us is difficult.
Yeah. It would be pretty hard to find an apartment that beats the setup that you have right now. I mean, you don't pay for rent. You don't clean. You basically have this place all for free.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. We've just gotten so used to living here that finding a new place that is going to work for us both is going to take some time. So please, just give us a little more time to look for a new place to live.
You do know exactly what I really want to say to you, right?
Yes, I know. I know, and I'm sorry. I promise I'll explain everything to Sarah. So please, I just need a little more time is all. Then I promise that Sarah and I will be out of your hair completely.
I am going to hold you to that, Thomas. Remember that the next time that Sarah calls me a freeloader or a bum, you two are both on thin ice. Understand?
I have had it with you. I want you out of this house right now. I have no idea why you let someone like you take advantage of us like this.
Excuse me? What are you talking about right now, Sarah?
I mean that, Thomas, and I are kind enough to open our door to you. And all you do is cause us stress? Do you have any idea just how much leeway Thomas has given you because you're his sister? Well, I'm not so easygoing. I want you to pack your bags and get lost. You understand?
I don't understand at all. But if you think that I'm going to move out just because you don't like me, that is not going to happen. In fact, I think I've even been bending over backwards for you. I've been doing my own chores and even doing everyone's laundry.
Don't you get me started on this laundry. I know all about what you did. You took the receipt out of my pocket pants.
What does that have to do with anything? You're upset because I checked my pockets before washing the clothes? I wasn't sure what it was, so I just held on to it. And I gave it back to you later, just in case.
Oh, please. I'm sure that you probably took a picture of it before you gave it back. I know that you're going to try and use that receipt to steal my identity later.
Excuse me? You have to be joking, right?
Well, I'm not going to just sit by and let you get away with that. I'm going to kick you out of the house before you have a chance to threaten me anymore. Don't think that you can boss me around just because you found some proof of my affair. I won't be stopped that easily.
Hold on a second. You mean that the receipt was from a time you were cheating on my brother?
Well, no duh. But it's not like it's a big deal. Everyone cheats. It's all the rage now. Actors, celebrities, other rich people. They're always getting caught in affairs and cheating scandals and stuff like that. In fact, the whole reason that I started my affair was because of all the stress that you were causing me. So just remember that this is your fault.
You have got to be kidding me. Are you seriously admitting to cheating on Thomas right now? I didn't even look at what the receipt was for. Don't tell me it was for some fancy dinner you went to in a motel or something.
Wait, you mean that you didn't even look at what it is for? Don't tell me that you really had no idea what I was talking about until now.
I really didn't think that much of it. I just took it out of your pocket and put it aside without a second glance. I had no idea it was tied into any of what you just told me.
Wait, please tell me that's a joke or something.
I'm serious. But now you've gone and pretty much told me everything that I might not have been able to guess just from looking at that sheet of paper.
This can't be happening. What have I done?
You've just admitting to cheating, which, by the way, I would appreciate if you did not try to blame me. I don't care what excuses you've come up with. Cheating is still cheating. If you need to find ways to relax, you should join a gym and release tension that way.
Shut your mouth. Don't you tell me what to do. I already told you that it wasn't my fault. You pushed me into it. Ever since you moved in with us, my stress levels have been maxed out. I've asked for it over and over again to finally kick you out of here. And finally, I was pushed into cheating on him since he wouldn't listen. I mean, you should have this guy. He was like a model. Started working at my part-time job or something.
What are you even talking about? You are literally making 0 sense right now.
Well, now that you know my secret, I really have no choice but to throw you out. I can't stand living with you anymore. Just get out already, you blood-sucking parasite. Aren't you ashamed to be someone of your age and still living with family?
No, you're right. It's high time that I just cancel my lease with this place.
Wait, what do you mean?
I understand that you feel concerned because you just confessed to cheating on your husband, but to go so far as to call me the parasite? Well, I'm sorry, but that was the last straw. I have given you chance after chance after chance, and you have exhausted my patience. I'm not going to let you stay here any longer.
I already told you that it's Thomas's house, so I can do whatever I want around here. You don't have anything to say, and you certainly have no power to cancel the lease for this place.
I think I understand what's going on now. Thomas never told you the truth about where we've all been living, huh? I told him he needed to tell you, But I guess he just didn't listen. This place is mine. I pay the rent, and it has always been mine. I have been the one letting you stay with me, not the other way around.
Man, you must be getting really desperate if you think a lie like that is going to work. I know for a fact that Thomas bought this place with his own money. We were living here before you even arrived here, remember?
I didn't arrive. I returned, actually. Not long after I signed the lease on this place. However, I was sent away for a business trip for a long time, and it was going to be empty, since the lease I signed was for 5 years. However, I managed to ask for a reduction, and rent and sublet to the two of you in the meantime. But my idiot brother thought that you would be impressed if he said the house was his. So that's just what he told you. Thomas has been lying to you, just like you've been lying to him.
Wait, hold on. Are you being serious?
Have you ever even asked Thomas what this place cost him in rent? Or did he ever say who his person on the inside was? Have you ever seen any scrap of proof that he really owns this place?
Well, I guess I just assumed that he wouldn't lie about something like this. But he wasn't the one who was handling all of the moving in process.
You would think that a married couple getting their first place together would be something the couple would be involved in. But you just let Thomas handle everything and didn't worry about the details. I mean, didn't you think that any of this might have been a little suspect? I guess not. Otherwise, you wouldn't have allowed things to go this far if you knew, or even had any hint of the truth.
How can you just throw us out on the streets? Why couldn't you have just waited for the lease to end?
Excuse me? How could I do this to you? No. How could you do this to me? I thought I told you to tell Sarah the whole truth. I told you that if she ever started calling me a bum, or a freeloader, or anything like that, that this setup would be over. Well, you couldn't hold up your end of the deal, so I held up mine.
But, I mean, I just haven't gotten around to tell her, okay? But I was going to, I swear. Please, just don't do this to us. We don't have anywhere else to go. I'm so sorry for how Sarah's been treating you, but I'll set her right. Don't worry.
It's way too late for any of that. You had your chance to come clean to Sarah, and you didn't. Besides, I seriously doubt a person like that would change just because you asked them to. She tried to kick me out of my home and called me a blood-sucking parasite.
She did? But I had no idea about that. You mean that she really messaged you and told you that she wanted you to move out? I guess that means you probably told her that I wasn't the one who bought this house in the first place then, huh?
You really thought you could get away with hiding the truth from her for that long? Then again, I guess this means maybe the two of you were meant for each other.
What do you mean by that?
I just mean that you still haven't asked me why it was that Sarah wanted to kick me out in the first place.
I don't get it. I assume she was just being her usual self and that she lost her patience around you.
I'm afraid that is only half of the story. The real reason I told her I was kicking her out was because she was cheating on you.
You hold on just a second. You're telling me that Sarah is seeing other men behind my back?
That's right. Apparently, there is some new hot guy who just started at her work and who caught her eye. She also told me that she started the fair because of how stressed she was living here.
She's cheating on me with some guy from work?
That's right. And apparently she had left a receipt from a date that she had gone on with him in the pocket of a pair of pants. I happened to find it while doing the laundry, and Sarah assumed that it meant I knew everything. She thought that I was going to try and blackmail her, and she tried to kick me out to protect herself from that, but all she did in the process was confess to everything that I actually had no idea about, since I didn't even look at the receipt that caused all of this in the first place. So basically, you were both going around lying to each other about one another's lives.
I don't know what to say. I just found out my wife is cheating on me.
I'd appreciate if you two talk this out after moving out. Thank you very much. I've already decided to move out and leave this place.
What do you mean? You're just going to pack up and leave?
That's right. I was talking to the landlords today and told them I was going to be canceling my lease. I gave them warning that the place would be empty by the end of the week, and then I paid for the lease breaking fee.
Andrea, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you tell your brother that I was cheating on him? You exposed my secret to him and destroyed my relationship with him. You totally ruined what I had going on. Please just keep your mouth shut about business that is not yours.
I see the two of you finally came clean to each other then. Now you know that Thomas had nothing to do with getting to our place, and now he knows that his wife is cheating on him. I love it when couples match like that. It's so cute. I wish you two the best of luck in finding a new home.
Good luck? Is that all you have to say? We don't have a place to live in. Our marriage is falling apart. What is good about any of this?
Well, I suppose you two only have yourselves to blame. If only you could have kept yourself from cheating and calling me a freeloader. Then maybe we would all still be living together.
Okay, I'm really sorry for the things I said. And I'm also really sorry for cheating on your little brother. Now, can you please go talk to your landlord and tell them that you changed your mind? Please, can you please go back to the management and tell them that you made a mistake?
Yeah, that is not going to be happening at all. Nothing is going to be realistic at all.
Please, I'm sure if we could just all sit down and talk this together. I mean, Thomas and I are basically even since we both lied to each other. Surely we can have all this makeup and be friends again, yeah?
Oh, so you two already put aside your differences and are going to stay together?
That's right. That's exactly right. I know I said that my marriage was falling apart, but I think that living here would hold it together. But I think that staying here would keep it together. So please, for our sakes, won't you change your mind?
Hold on a second. You're staying together for the house?
We won't have a place to stay at this rate. Better to hate each other but have a house together than be lonely and homeless. Plus, this location is just so convenient and I love the view that we have. You have no idea how jealous people get when I tell them where I live. So please don't kick us out. Neither of us want to leave here.
So you want me to let you two live here? And you think that is going to save your marriage?
Exactly. I'm so happy that you understand. I knew that you would. Exactly. I'm so relieved that you understand.
I see. Well, you are more than welcome to keep living without me. If you pay all the rent yourself, that is. It's about $8,000 a month. Think you can afford it?
You pay $8,000 a month for this place?
Like you said, it's in a great location with a fantastic view. Are you really that surprised at its price? I was only given the discount price for the time period when I was away on my business trip.
There's no way that we could pay that much a month.
Well, then it sounds to me like the decision has been made for you both. Good luck with the divorce.
Please, you can't do this to us. I mean, Thomas is your brother and I'm your sister-in-law. Please, you have to help us. You can't abandon us.
I already gave you my answer. I am fed up and exhausted of living with the both of you, and this week cannot come to an end fast enough for me. So I would stop wasting your time with this conversation and start packing up your bags now. Have a nice life, you moocher. After that, Thomas and Sarah finally accepted what was going on and began to pack up their belongings and moved out. I was finally able to end my lease for that room and instead moved into the penthouse of a condo unit nearby. When I went to explain why I was canceling my lease with my landlord, she said that she just had a new property open up nearby, if I was interested. When I learned how close this new place was to my old place, I figured that Thomas and Sarah would never think that I had just moved next door from where we all used to live. Speaking of those two, they tried to keep things together in a tiny apartment, but in such a cramped space. They only learned to hate each other more and more. And before long, they were divorced.